I always told people, my life is good, my wife loves me, and my cousin Daniel is like my brother. I meant it every time. So when Maya started acting strange, I tried to laugh it off. "You're late again," I asked one night. She shrugged and said, "Work ran long. Why are you questioning me?" I said, "I'm not. I just miss you." She looked away. Daniel kept brushing things off too. "Bro, Maya's stressed." "Don't overthink it," he said. I wanted to believe him. But that one evening, something inside me whispered, "Go home. Now." I listened. When I unlocked the front door, the house felt wrong. Too quiet. Then I heard whispers, Maya's voice soft and nervous, and a deeper voice that made my stomach twist. I pushed the bedroom door open. Maya gasped, "Wait, listen. It's not what it looks like." Daniel stepped back from her. "Hands up." "Bro, calm down. Let us explain." I stared at them. "Explain? You're in my room. Together." Maya reached for me. "Please, just talk to me." "Don't touch me," I said. My voice sounded strange, like it wasn't mine. Daniel tried again. "It just happened. We didn't plan." "Stop talking," I said. "Both of you." My heartbeat drowned every word they tried to say. The room felt tight, heavy, poisoned. I couldn't breathe. Maya kept crying, "Please don't leave like this. I can fix it." But I couldn't even look at her. I turned around and walked out. "Please." Maya screamed behind me, "Don't go." I didn't answer. I grabbed my keys with shaking hands and stepped outside. The cold air hit me, but it didn't help. I whispered to myself, everything I believed it was all a lie. I drove straight to Ian's place, still shaking. When he opened the door, he said, "Bro, what happened to you? You look dead." I saw them. I whispered, Maya and Daniel, in my room. Ian pulled me inside. "Sit down. Breathe. Tell me everything." I covered my face. I don't even know what to say. I caught them. They tried to talk, but I couldn't stay there. Ian exhaled hard. I knew something was off. "The neighbors told me they saw Maya with someone, but I didn't want to hurt you. I swear I didn't know it was Daniel." I stared at him. "How long?" "They said it wasn't the first time," he replied quietly. "Every time you worked late, she wasn't alone." My stomach twisted. So everyone knew except me. Ian held my shoulder. "No, man. People guessed. Nobody had proof." I felt sick. It was always Daniel. Always him. My phone rang. It was my mom. I answered with a shaky, "Hello?" She asked softly, "Are you okay, my son? Your voice sounds strange." "I'm fine." I lied. "You don't sound fine," she said. "Tell me what happened." I can't," I whispered. "Not right now." "Come home if you need to," she said. "I'm here." When the call ended, I stared at the wall. Ian sat next to me and said, "You didn't deserve this. You gave them everything." I asked him, was I really that blind? "No," he said. "You trusted the wrong people. That's all." I leaned back, breathing hard. Their smiles, their jokes, was all fake. Ian nodded. "But now you know the truth, and you're not facing it alone." When I walked into the house the next morning, Maya ran toward me. "Please listen to me," she cried. "We need to talk." "I'm here to take my things," I said. "Nothing else." She reached for my arm. "Don't do this. I made a mistake, but we can fix." I stepped away. "Don't touch me." Her voice cracked. "You don't even want to hear me out?" I heard enough last night. As I headed to the bedroom, she followed me. "I didn't mean to hurt you," she whispered. I was confused. I felt lonely. Daniel was just... "Stop," I said. "Don't blame your loneliness for what you did." She swallowed hard. "Are you leaving me?" Just like that. "Yes," I said. "I'm leaving the house." She froze. "This is our home." "My home," I corrected. "I built it. I paid for it. You destroyed it." Just then, Daniel walked in with a fake sad face. "Man, I'm sorry. Things got out of control." I stared at him. "You look proud. Are you happy now?" He lifted his chin. I'm not proud. I just care about her. Maya snapped at him. Daniel, stop talking. He smirked. What? It's true. I ignored them both and packed silently. Every drawer I opened felt heavier than the last. When I walked toward the door with my bags, Maya stepped in front of me. Can we at least talk like adults? She asked. No, I said. You talked enough last night. She grabbed my wrist. Please don't walk out on everything we had. I pulled free. You walked out first. Her face crumbled, but I didn't stop. As I stepped outside, the house behind me felt like a shell. Cold, broken, and no longer mine. You really file for divorce this fast. I asked as Maya sat across the table, her arms crossed like I was the one who betrayed her. She didn't blink. I want what's fair. Half of everything. Fair, I whispered. My chest tightened, but I kept my voice steady. You cheated on me, Maya. Her lawyer leaned forward. My client believes you are emotionally unstable, which may affect settlement terms. I almost laughed. Emotionally unstable? Because I'm hurt. Maya didn't look at me. Just sign the papers, please. I felt Ian's hand on my shoulder. He had come with me even though I told him he didn't have to. Bro, don't let them walk over you. I'm not, I whispered back, but my voice felt far away. Later, in Zara's office, she studied the documents calmly. She moved quickly, she said. That's usually planned. If you can prove the affair, her demands could weaken. I don't want to drag this into court, I said, rubbing my forehead. I'm tired, Zara. I just want peace. Ian spoke up. Peace doesn't mean letting people rob you. Zara nodded. He's right, but the choice is yours. If you sign, it's final. I stared at the papers. My name, her name, our broken promises. Finally, I signed. When Maya saw the signed documents later that evening, her eyes widened. You didn't fight? No, I said quietly. You already left. I don't want to fight anymore. Her lawyer shuffled awkwardly. Ian folded his arms, watching her reaction. Maya swallowed hard. I thought you dragged this out. You planned everything, I said. I'm just accepting reality. For the first time, she looked unsure, but I walked past her without waiting for a reply. Feeling strangely lighter, I felt the quiet settle inside me at last. So this is home now, huh? I muttered as I dragged the last box into my tiny apartment. The walls felt close, but at least they didn't judge me. Ian called in the evening. You settling in? Trying, I said, staring at the empty room. It feels quiet. Too quiet. Silence can heal you if you let it, he replied. I didn't answer. I wasn't sure if I believed that. The next few days blurred together. I worked extra hours, came home exhausted, and wrote in a small journal. Where did I go wrong? I whispered to myself one night, staring at my own handwriting. Was I not enough? The loneliness stung most when I saw couples walking hand in hand after work. I'd lower my gaze, pretending it didn't hurt. But it did. Every time. One afternoon, Rania stopped by my desk. You look worn out. Are you okay? Long week, I said, and a messy life. She sat on the edge of the table. You don't have to explain everything, but don't carry it alone. Her voice felt steady, like she wasn't trying to fix me, just offering space. I'm trying to rebuild. I admitted, but starting over feels heavy. Heavy doesn't mean impossible, she said softly. Take one day at a time. I nodded. I keep telling myself that. Some days I believe it. Rania smiled. That's enough for now. Healing isn't a race. Walking home that evening, her words echoed in my mind. I looked around at the city lights, the noise, the strangers rushing past. For the first time in months, I didn't feel completely broken. Maybe I can stand again, I whispered to myself. Piece by piece, something inside me felt like it was slowly coming back to life. Come to my office, Mr. Hafiz said, his voice sharp as always. I walked in expecting criticism. He looked up from a file. You've been working harder than anyone here. Sit. I sat slowly. If this is about the reports, Relax, he interrupted. I'm not here to scold you. I'm promoting you, and you're getting a bonus. You earned it. I blinked. Wait, seriously? Do I look like I joke? He said. Use the money wisely. Don't waste it. I nodded, still stunned. Thank you, sir. I needed this more than you know. Good. Then don't disappoint me, he said, dismissing me with a small nod. Outside his office, I let out a long breath. A promotion. A bonus. A step forward. That evening, I called Ian. Bro, you won't believe it. I got promoted. Finally, he shouted. Now do something for you. Invest. Build. Grow. His words stayed in my mind all night. By morning, I called a real estate agent I'd heard about. A man with a bright grin shook my hand the next day. I'm a deal. I've got a place that suits your vibe. Quiet area. Good future value. Show me, I said. He drove me to a small house with an open yard and worn paint. It's not fancy, Adil said, but it's solid. Great for rental income. People overlook gems like this. I walked through the rooms. Something inside me stirred. Hope, can we make an offer today? Adil laughed. That's the spirit. Let's do it. By sunset, the house was mine. When I lay down that night, the silence felt different. Softer. Safe. I'm finally building something of my own, I whispered as sleep pulled me in. For the first time in months, I slept without pain. My phone rang one afternoon. Adil's voice came through, cheerful as ever. Good news. I've found tenants for your property. You want to meet them? Sure, I said, trying to sound normal. I didn't know why my stomach twisted. When I arrived, Adil opened the door with a smile. Here we are. They're eager to see the place. Then I froze. Maya and Daniel stepped inside. Their faces were pale, tired, worn down. Daniel's expensive suit was gone. His tie hung loose. Maya's hair was messy and her posture was stiff. We saw the listing online. Daniel said nervously, Looks good. We're interested. I stayed behind Adil, quiet. He began explaining the rent, the rules, the deposit. My chest tightened with every word. Rent is $5,000 per month, plus deposit. Adil said, glancing at me. The owner is very professional and expects punctual payment. Then he turned fully toward me. This is Muhammad, the owner. Maya froze. Daniel's jaw dropped. Neither of them moved. I could see the panic setting in. Muhammad, Maya whispered, voice shaking. You own this? I didn't move. I didn't smile. I didn't shout. Welcome to your new home, I said simply. Daniel stammered. What? You're the owner? I kept my eyes on Maya. Yes, and I expect the rent on time. Every month. Maya's shoulders sagged. Daniel's face reddened. Adil looked at me, a little surprised at the silence, but said nothing. I stepped back, letting them take in the reality. I didn't need to say more. Watching their eyes widen, their false pride crumble, that was enough. Maya tried, but no words came out. I just nodded. Enjoy your stay. For the first time, I felt calm. Karma had arrived quietly, without me lifting a finger. Daniel avoided my gaze as we sat in the small office. Maya tried to keep her voice steady. Thank you for meeting us, Muhammad. Let's keep this professional, I said. Sign the contract first. Their hands shook as they picked up the pens. Daniel's hand brushed mine and I barely flinched. He cleared his throat. So this place is a pool, right? I stared at him. No, there's no pool. Read the contract. His laugh fell flat. He knew I wasn't joking. Maya's voice was soft. Do you hate us? I shook my head. If I hated you, I wouldn't have given you a place to stay. Her eyes widened uncertain. Daniel muttered, Right, thanks. I leaned back, hands crossed. Rules are simple. Rent is due on the 1st of every month. Deposit up front. No late payments. Treat the house with respect. Understood, Maya said quietly. Her voice had no confidence, only tension. Daniel's smirk tried to come through again. We'll be good tenants mostly. I raised an eyebrow. Mostly? I don't think that works here. They both fell silent. I could feel their pride shrinking with every word I spoke. It was satisfying, watching them swallow their false bravado. Anything else? I asked, keeping my tone neutral. Maya shook her head. Daniel didn't answer. I slid the signed contracts across the desk. Keep a copy. I expect punctual rent and no excuses. They nodded quickly, avoiding eye contact. As I left the office, I whispered to myself, Karma doesn't need me to do anything. It's already at work. For the first time, I felt calm in control and free from the chaos they once caused. The next 2 months passed with a slow, painful rhythm. I heard them before I saw them. Maya crying through the thin walls, Daniel slamming doors, shouting at her for no reason. One morning, a deal stopped me. They're late on rent again. I nodded, not surprised. Through the hallway, their arguments bled into my quiet apartment. You never listen. Daniel yelled. I'm trying, Daniel. Maya screamed back. I stayed in my apartment, counting my blessings. I didn't intervene. Their chaos was theirs to bear. One evening, there was a knock on my door. I opened it to see Maya, her eyes red, mascara smudged. Please, can we talk? Can we have a second chance? I stepped aside. Maya, you already had your chance. She bit her lip. I know I hurt you, but I can change. We can start over. It's too late for that, I said gently. I moved on. You need to figure things out yourself. Daniel appeared behind her, slurring slightly. What's going on? Are you cheating again? His eyes narrowed, accusatory. Maya froze. I just wanted to speak to him. Stay away from him, Daniel shouted. Don't lie to me. Their voices collided, anger and pain spilling into the hall. Doors slammed. Objects fell. I could hear it all, their pride and arrogance crumbling like fragile glass. I stood in my apartment calm, breathing slowly. They looked at me, eyes wild, realizing no one was coming to rescue them. I can't, Maya whispered, collapsing against the wall. Daniel cursed, sitting on the floor, head in his hands. I said nothing. Their suffering was not my doing. It was their choices catching up to them. And for the first time in months, I felt fully free. I didn't smile, I didn't gloat. I just watched. Their fall was theirs alone. I didn't see Daniel leave. One morning, the hallway was quiet. I opened the door, and his apartment was empty. I didn't feel anything. No glee, no satisfaction, just the stillness of their absence. A knock came. Maya stood there, suitcase in hand. Her face was pale, eyes avoiding mine. You changed, she whispered. I looked at her, calm. You taught me how. She swallowed, nodded, and walked out without another word. The door closed softly behind her. I stood in the middle of the empty house. The silence was profound. For months, I had imagined shouting, demanding apologies, feeling the sweet rush of revenge. But none of that mattered anymore. I whispered to myself, revenge wasn't the goal. The walls that once held their laughter, their lies, now held nothing. I didn't destroy their lives. They destroyed themselves. My victory was mine alone, reclaiming control, rebuilding my peace. I walked from room to room, touching counters, doors, the small details that belonged only to me. Each step felt lighter, freer. My phone buzzed. I texted, Congrats, man. Freedom suits you. I smiled. I stepped outside into the sunlight. The air felt crisp, alive. I breathed in slowly, deliberately, savoring it. I'm ready, I said aloud. Ready to love again, but smarter, stronger, and whole. I didn't rush. I didn't look back. The past belonged to them. The mistakes belonged to them. And the lessons belonged to me. As I walked down the street, I felt my chest expand with life I hadn't known for months. Each step was mine. Each breath mine. For the first time, I wasn't haunted. I wasn't angry. I was simply free. And in that freedom, I knew the only revenge worth having was living well,